I hate to say it, but we have to discuss this because sometimes, my friend, we find ourselves in this conundrum. So, dude, what's that lady's game? I might ask, and what I hear 90% of the time is not encouraging. You hear things like, I don't know, dude, and she's been my friend since 4th grade. She even helped me get over my ex. Your inability to know if she likes you or not is your fault. She's trying very hard for you not to know. Today, we're going to break those walls of resistance and know the lady's true intentions. 8 signs a woman likes you but is trying not to show it is what we're going to take a look at. Let's dive into it. She smiles when she's around you. Personality is deceiving, but your ability to decipher normal behavior from a prompted one will do you good. I'm sure you've heard of a chick that's always haughty and arrogant to boys, and those who ever attempted to ask her out were disgraced publicly. Then that one guy comes along, and though they're just getting to know each other, she smiles at him and acts differently. That is the point I'm trying to teach you, my friend. Regina, your crush, acts differently. She doesn't smile with boys when you're not around, but once you are with her, she switches up and she starts to smile. When she smiles around you and it's unlike her nature, it's almost certain that she likes you. It's not a character trait she wants to show, but your person is pleasing to her, and she cannot help but be nice to you. Your presence brings her joy and genuine happiness. It lights up her demeanor, and her eyes tell the story of her heart. As your tutor, I must emphasize that you pay attention to this subtle sign and be able to tell the difference. She laughs at your horrible jokes. I met the king from the movie, Shrek, and I told him men of his stature are in short supply. The crowd is quiet and trying to understand what you're trying to say. And there in the crowd is this lady who is laughing hysterically, and some people can't just tell what she finds funny about your joke. Now, this might not be the case for most of you, my studs and able men, but this should give you a little perspective of what I'm trying to point out to you. You're not a comedian, but sometimes you tell good jokes. But, there are times when your jokes are just not good, man. And when Anita, that lady that you've been feeling uncertain about her feelings towards you, finds it hard to separate your bad and good jokes, that's a sign she likes you. Very few times do you find ladies laughing at bad jokes. But when Anita laughs at them all, it's a sure sign that a damsel is into you, even if she doesn't want to show it. She talks about you a lot. This character is complicated to point out, my friend, but not to worry. As I told you earlier, I got you. Remember that time you left your guys in the room with that lady friend of yours, and when you returned to the room, she left. You guys told you she would not stop talking about you? Or that one time when you didn't show up for school and your friends told you she was constantly asking about you? Of course, to get this kind of intelligence requires a little bit of digging around, but I assure you, as a renowned advisor of yours, it will pay. It will. Aside from your friends, she has friends, so when you ask around, you can gain more clarity as to how much she talks about you. Her friends will be willing to tell you how much she does talk about you. I had this girl come clean to me one time and told me that she couldn't stop it. I didn't know what to do with that information, so when you get such information from her friends and siblings whom you bribed with some beer, I have to say that it tames your uncertainty. Make use of that info. She texts and she tries to keep in touch. I have to tell you a secret that I only have reserved for the alpha males. You're not the only one interested in her. You are not the only one interested in her. If you've ever gotten really curious and prompted to ask a lady who would be classified as a 7 by you how many guys would ask her out on a weekly basis, you might be really shocked at the number. And this happens every week. She says, on a slow week I get like 6 to 7 boys collecting my number and reaching out. And on a fast week I get up to 15 dudes asking me out. Such figures might leave you perplexed, but it's not that far from the truth. That lady that you're unsure of has at least 4 dudes asking her out weekly, and that is enough for her to forget about you. In spite of those factors, she still checks on you daily, calling and texting to see how you're doing. That is a sure sign that she likes you. A lady only cares for what she values, and you, my friend, are valuable to her. She might not want you to see it, but I've just given you X-ray goggles, so use that wisely. She believes in you, and she's always there for you. A lady who believes in you when nobody else does is one to make a move on. I might be going out of line to say this, but trust me, it's a piece of excellent advice if you are an alpha male. In a world filled with doubters and naysayers, the best blessing you can ever wish for is a lady who believes in you and is there for you. For all of you, those times when she turns up for you are different. She helps you with your presentation, helps you do an assignment you're behind on, or takes your dog to the vet when you're sick or too busy to do it yourself. You have to understand that ladies are wired to waste themselves on who they care about. Otherwise, they don't really care. As alpha males, you all must have come in contact with ladies who are very selfish and don't care about you. Isabel's acts of selflessness stem from the fact that she cares about you. Isabel likes you very much, or else she would be at home with her friends, or probably going on with one of the other guys who collected her number at the mall when she went to get groceries. Wisdom says it is good to strike when the iron is hot. Such acts as observed by experts will last for a long time, but don't be tempted to relax. We've always had 24 hours, and it's never been enough, so make use of yours wisely. She gets nervous around you. When Danielle is around you and she gets really sweaty, she perspires and her hands become slippery or she's gotta go pee. Those points are a bit exaggerated, but they're not far from the truth. In this class, I always make a point to explain. But with this point, there is nothing much to say. Different ladies act differently when nervous, so as an alpha male, I implore you to observe how she behaves when you're not around. An example of nervous acts is when she acts clumsy, touches her face a lot, fidgets, has an increased pace of breathing. When she acts nervous around you, it's not because you have a gun. Indeed, you do have a gun, you schmuck, but it's because she has feelings for you. Some experts believe she acts the way because she's afraid of how you'd react if she found out she had feelings for you. Make good use of that tip, boys. She knows a lot about you, including the untold. Point 7 might seem like a lie, but girls are really crazy when they discover what they like. That is a significant sign of a lady who's in denial of liking you. I once saw a lady tell a guy his likes and dislikes, what food he loves, even his allergies. Most of this information she has about you, you didn't tell her. That was obtained from research and observation. She stalks you online and gets hints from all your conversations. It's a sign of how much you mean to this girl. You might not know how much she knows about you until she slips it into a conversation and leaves you surprised. When that crush of yours tells you more than she's expected to know about you, that's a sure sign you are her incurable desire. Get jealous. Jealousy's a bitch. I just coined that now, it's me. First time it's ever been said. As an alpha male, you get ladies throwing themselves at you, and you always have a lot of stuff to say about it, chick. As much as Danielle doesn't want to show it, she displays a tinge of jealousy when she's around other ladies, especially when they are more beautiful than she is. Or when you talk about them, you hear questions like, who was she? Why were you smiling so much with her? What was she saying to you? These are signs that are infallible that she loves you or likes you. This information has been given for your discretion, appertained to its application. It's up to you to decide whether you're going to ask her out or not. Click on the following video for an upgrade on understanding ladies. Adios.